The O-Zone.
Welcome to the O-Zone Podcast with Jaguars senior writer John Oehser.
All right, welcome into this week's O-Zone Podcast, and it's going to be an interesting one. I don't think Brenton Strange has been on the O-Zone Podcast before, so a big day for you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
I'm being facetious there, but I am looking forward to talking with you because it seems like right now is a pretty cool time to be you, in the sense that I know this regime plans on using you a lot. They consider you a big part of this offense, and you are going into that third year where it feels like you're probably ready for that kind of a role. Is that sort of how you're seeing this?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I don't really see it any differently how I've always seen it. I've always played football, I've always loved the sport. So I just feel like everything that I've done in my life has prepared me for this moment right here. So I'm definitely ready for it. I'm excited for it. And I'm just ready to go, man. It's a blessing.
Tell me about the mood of the organization without looking back too much. How different is it right now? How good a feeling is this around here?
It's a really good feeling. I think that the coaches bring a really good energy into the building every single day, and obviously that trickles down to us as players. We see that the coaches want to work hard, and they have a belief in us, and I think that makes us work harder, Like you have someone there that wants the best out of you, and you want to give them that best.
How an advantage, a good thing, you're one of the few guys where your position coach didn't change.
Right.
How big is that for you?
I think that's a huge advantage. Just coming back, you already know what your coach expects out of you and the standards of the room, and you don't have to build a new relationship. It can be tough sometimes to just learn a person and for that person to love you, and I think or to learn you. And I think that Rich does a good job every single day to bring the intensity to our room and hold us accountable to that standard.
How when you go into your room now, do you, I guess, recognize anybody?
I recognize my coach, right. And obviously Sean Bowman was here last year as well. But
a huge transition for that room.
It's definitely different. Completely new players, but the players that we brought in had been in sort of the system that we're running now, so they're very experienced, and I think that's a great thing that helps the other guys in the room. They get to tell us details and stuff of things that they have ran a certain way, and it helps us because they have the experience and the game experience of doing it.
Now, Johnny Munt and Hunter Long were signed as free agents coming in. How different is the tight end used in this scheme? It seems a little different than the way Doug used them. How do you see the difference?
I think the best part about being a tight end is that you're asked to do everything. You're asked to be a pass catcher, you're asked to be a blocker, you're asked to do everything. So that's my favorite part about this scheme so far, is that they're going to ask a lot of us, and that's the best part of being a tight end, is that you get to be involved with everybody, and I think that's amazing.
Now, all tight ends I've been around, including Marcus Pollard, who couldn't block, and other guys I've been around, and I'm kidding, but he thought he was a better blocker than he actually was. They all say they want to be good at both.
Yeah.
But you strike me as a guy who really takes pride in being able to do both. There's guys who say they can do it and guys who can do it. Big deal for you?
Most definitely. I want to be a complete tight end, and at the end of the day, it's just like imposing your will. Like when you're blocking, like you go out there and impose your will over somebody and you do it over and over again, they're going to break down eventually. So it's one of my favorite parts, just being a complete tight end and being asked to do everything that the coaches are asking to do of you.
Now, it's interesting, when I said that, you could have talked about receiving, and you went right to blocking.
I figured that's what you were asking.
Well, but that's a big deal for you. I mean, and there are people who thought you were the best blocker on the team last year. That's a big deal, the pride you take in being a blocking tight end, right?
Most definitely, yeah. Being a complete tight end, the best tight ends in the game right now, like Kittle, those guys are doing it. So, that's who I am. That's why I've always prided myself coming out of the draft, just being the complete tight end, and anything that they ask me, I can do.
Now, have you shown what you can really do as a receiver yet?
I think I have a lot of untapped potential, and obviously, like, that comes with reps, that comes with growth and everything. But there were spurts last year where I felt like I did a really good job in the receiving game and being there for the team, being a reliable pass catcher. So I think I have room to grow for sure, and I have room to grow everywhere. Like that's not just as a receiver. That's being a blocker, like being a leader on this team. Like I have so much more room to grow, and I'm excited for that. It's going to be challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. I know I'm capable.
There were times, and I won't have you say this because I think you have respect for people you've worked with. There seemed like times where you were not used as much as you could have been. Were the last 2 years at all on that front, was that ever frustrating? Do you feel like you could have done more?
You know, I just like kind of try to put myself in the position that if the coaches want me to do this, then obviously that this is their best way of thinking that we can win. Obviously, we had another great tight end in the room, Evan Ingram, and what he does best is catch the ball and run routes and stuff like that. So I didn't really look at it as – it was frustrating at times, but you just had to tell yourself it's all a part of the process.
Right.
Like everything is a process. Everything that you do, you got to grow through. You got to learn. So I looked at it as an opportunity to learn from him and take pieces of his game and see what I can do to implement that in my game. So I don't look at it as frustration. I just look at it, like I said earlier, everything that I've done in this to this point in my life, like helped me get here. So
Got you.
Yeah.
There were flashes last year and stretches where you got a big-time opportunity. How much did you show yourself about what you could do in this league? How much confidence did last year give you? I
have a lot of confidence in myself, and I've always had a lot of confidence in myself. I feel like I'm one of the best players always out on the field. Okay. So I think that's the mentality that I bring. And I like to talk, too. I want to let you know about it. Right. Yeah, like how I was saying imposing your will. Like, I want to go out there on the field, and I want them to know.
So linebackers know you're in the game.
Linebackers, DNs, safeties, whoever. Like, I want to let them know that I'm there. So that's just the fun part of the game, though. You know, you get to go out there and have fun.
What did you learn from Evan?
I learned a lot from Evan, and we still communicate, we still talk, and I still am learning from him. I would say the most important thing is how he preps every single week for the game, and how he does his things off the field, and how he takes care of his body, and how he gets ready for the game plan, and just his overall preparation was the most important thing that I think that I learned from him.
That's why he can still be going strong in his 9th year, right?
Yeah, that says a lot.
Yeah,
for sure.
Tell me about, you're not a wide receiver, but you're in the group of skill position players on this team. How excited are you about Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, Yame Brown? I mean, it's starting to feel like a group that can be special together.
Most definitely. Those guys are super talented, and it's cool to come out and practice and just see them do the things that they get to do, and you get to watch it on film sometimes, and you just you're in awe of the things that they're able to do. So I love the energy that they bring to practice each and every day, and how they compete every day, and it's cool to watch.
And you feel like you can complement that and be a part of it? I mean, like, there's going to be a lot of double team going on out there. You would think they wouldn't be able to do that to the tight end. It's got to be fun, right?
Right. That opens up a lot on the inside. So I'm excited for that, and I think that's going to be great. I think that I can be a great complement to what they do, and I just go out there and play my game every single week.
Aside from tight end specific, what do you like about Liam's offense?
I would say it's fun, you know, like the motions, and it's creative. That's probably my favorite thing, is that it's so creative, and you get to be able to be in different spots, and they're putting you in different spots to create the matchups that you want that are favorable for us. So I would say that's definitely my favorite thing, is just how creative the offense is.
Do you feel going into year 3, it's kind of an odd dynamic? You're the most tenured Jaguars tight end in the room, but there's veterans in the room as well. Is there a leader in that room, or is that dynamic still being worked out, or is it even necessary?
I mean, I feel like everybody takes on different roles, you know? And I feel like that there can be multiple leaders, you know? Like, especially with how you said that they played, like, I'm not sure what year Johnny and Hunter are in, but they've played for a long time.
Yeah, Johnny's 8, Hunter's Yes, so sure.
Yeah, so you can get to learn different things from that experience. That's the number one teacher for me.
Right.
But I think that I'm a leader for sure, but I also think Johnny, Hunter, Q, I think they're leaders as well, and that'll be a good thing. You don't need to have just one
Right.
leader, you know. So I think that they've done a great job so far, and I think that I've done a good job as well.
Is this it seems from an outsider's point of view like this is a pretty exciting time to be around this franchise. Am I reading that right? Is that the vibe around here right now?
I think so. I would say what's most exciting to me is that I remember when Liam and everybody came in, they were just like, we're young and we're hungry.
Okay.
And a lot of the guys on this team are the same way. They're young and they're hungry. We want to be those top players in the league. We want to be the best players in the league. So we're young and we're hungry and we're ready to win.
What's your impression of, I mean, everybody's asking about Travis, but he's such a dynamic personality.
Mm-hmm.
How has he come in? How has he adapted to being here? And what are your impressions?
Right there, you said his personality. I think
Right.
that's the number one thing that I like about him so much. He's a great athlete. Everybody knows that, you know. But I think the way that he comes out on the field and just lets his energy flow to everybody else, I think that's the best thing so far that he's done.
Because it would be easy for that to be off-putting, you know, the young kid coming in.
Yeah.
But it seems like he comes in with the right approach, right?
Most definitely. And it's hard to come in as a rookie, and what he's doing is great so far. Like, sometimes you might not feel as comfortable out there, but it seems like he feels comfortable and he's still himself. So that's what we need out of him.
Athleticism-wise, how good can that wide receiver room be? You got Travis, you got BTJ, Diame, and nobody's talking about him.
Yeah.
At practice, he can move.
I think the sky's the limit, honestly, for everybody on this team. I think the sky's the limit.
Gotcha. We were talking right before we came on the air about the Penn State tradition of tight ends, and I think maybe people down here who follow Florida State don't quite realize what that position means to that university. Proud to be part of it, and just kind of talk me through that.
I'm so proud to be a part of it, man. It's brought me a long way, you know, and just being a part of that group and the culture that we set at Penn State, it's amazing. Like, the guys, we still work together. Like, we still work together in the off season, just finding ways to get better. And because at the end of the day, I think that iron always sharpens iron, and being around them, it'll bring the best out of you, you know.
Now, have you had a chance to meet Kyle since you've been in town? Kyle Brady?
I met him my rookie year at the Legends dinner.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because Kyle Brady, for people who don't know who I'm referring to, played tight end for the Jaguars 7-8 years, and sort of from what you said, is one of the guys who set the tradition. So
yeah, most definitely.
Following in that footstep.
Yeah, he's one of the first guys to come out and have a great NFL career. And at the end of the day, like when we're coming out of high school, we're all looking at that. We're looking at the lineage, and that's what we have built in the past couple of years is the lineage. It kept trying to keep that going. So he did a great job, and yeah.
Fantastic. Last thing we do here, we call it the Ozone 5. It's 5 quick, hopefully fun questions. Brenton Strange, what was your last binge watch?
My last binge watch, man. I haven't been watching.
You can't say film because coaches see right.
I'm about to say, yeah. I was gonna say film. I haven't been watching too much TV lately. My last binge watch. That's the hardest question you asked me all day.
Best binge watch then.
Best binge watch.
Well, what's your show?
I like Power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Song you heard on the way in this morning.
Song I heard on the way this morning. I've been listening to country music lately. I've been listening to Morgan Wallen's new album.
Okay.
So something from that.
Fitting into Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I like that. Football memory. Your best football memory.
I would just say last year, playing against the Jets. I know we lost, but just the flow state that I was in and just feeling unstoppable. Honestly, I would say
kind of showing yourself you could do it.
Yeah.
Coming out moment. I got it. Sport other than football that you could have played.
Basketball, easy.
So you're one of those guys who thinks you're the best guy on the team, right?
Yeah, of course. I think I'm the best at everything.
What about you versus Trayvon?
I'm winning.
Okay, 'cause Trayvon's pretty good. Very what?
I'm pretty good.
Okay,
too.
all right, that's fair. Person most responsible for you being here.
The person most responsible for me being here is easily my mom.
Okay.
just having that support system, not just my mom as well, but my whole support system it means a lot to someone coming up and still today. So definitely my mom.
I got you. Brenton Strange, fantastic stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. I think fans get to know you a little better. Thank you for joining the Ozone Podcast.
I appreciate you having me.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.